Hey, Jessica here, back with another great workout for you guys today. It is all about that lower body. We're going to be strengthening the muscles in the legs and the feet while improving joint health in the hips, knees, and ankles. This is a no equipment workout. You do need your chair. We have a combination of seated and standing exercises today. Get yourself set up and we're going to get started right now. We'll start here in the chair, feet underneath us, and we'll slowly pedal, gently stretching the fronts of the ankles. Last one here, nice, easy side to side. Try not to turn the body. We want it more for the knees, then the hips and low back. We will get into that. I have some really great sciatic stretches here today, making sure that that area is really well stretched out and opened so that we don't aggravate it with any of the exercises. We'll end this workout with those as well. Heels forward, stretch through the back of the ankle. If you need to increase this a little bit, take a hand reach forward. Last one here. We're gonna go ahead and not really jump, but a little bit more than the step. Those legs open, reach the right hand down towards the floor, back in, left hand down. Stretch open through the hips and the low back. Warm up those legs. Great job here. Out as far as you can, keeping the knees over the ankles. Last one here. Bring those feet together. Two soft fists in the hands. I don't want the knees squeezing really hard on the hands. It's just to keep a little bit of space. Lift the right heel and then the left. How far you're able to lift and rotate that foot out. It just depends on everybody's hip mobility. Some of us might be really, really low. That's a great place to start. Some of us might be able to get that leg up nice and high. It's all different. We're all here working on it, so no right or wrong movement here. Last one. Beautiful job. Go ahead and extend this right leg forward. Come a little bit forwards in your chair. You still want to be supported. We're going to go ahead here. Bow the head, point the toe. Roll forward softly through that upper body. Inhale, flex that foot up, lift the head. And point forward here. Last one. Switch it on over. Soft toes to start. Roll forward through the back, tuck the head, point the toe. And inhale, lift. Actively flex those toes up towards you. Head can go back as far as feels comfortable through the neck there. You don't have to work into anything that's painful today. Beautiful job there. Let's go ahead and get into our first exercise. I will show you the modification first. If that feels like it's going great in your body, I will show you a more challenging option. Feet are gonna start narrow. You're gonna lean forward, push those feet into the floor, lean back. Step it out, neutral stance. Lean forward, pressing those feet into the floor, and back. Step it out, wide stance. Toes turn out, heels are in just a little bit. Lean it forward, pressing the heels into the floor, and back. Starting with narrow. Now maybe this time you stand and sit back down, look for the chair, make sure it's still there. Neutral, toes forward, right in line with the heels. Look for the chair, make sure it's not moving. Wide, toes turn out, heels in just a little bit closer, down and sit. Whichever variation works better for you, that lean forward, neutral lean forward, wide lean forward, Or maybe you work your way on up. Great job here. Stand and lift, hips reach down and back. You're lowering yourself slow with the legs to the chair. Don't want you using low back here. I know a lot of us avoid squatting and lunging because it can cause knee irritation. Unfortunately, that is not a movement we can avoid in our daily life. We have to learn how to load that weight properly into the muscles rather than joints and low back. It doesn't have to happen all today. Go to that modification anytime you need it. A lot less stress on the joints there. We'll go one more set here. If you're working with that push into the floor, hold that push just a little bit longer so that you end up spending more time working there. Great job. Go ahead, sit it down. Let's go ahead, turn ourselves to the right side of the chair. Step it on up. And we're gonna go ahead and start off with our standing exercises here. So we're gonna first lean forward a little bit into the right leg, soft bend through that knee, tap those toes. 10 times here. Step those left toes forward, lean those hips back, soft bend through both knees. The chair is here anytime you need it today. Flex those toes up without flaring the toes up. They should be staying in line with the tops of the feet. So if these were your feet here, toes are nice and even, nice and level with the tops of the feet. It's a little bit more difficult than you might expect. We'll take a few more here. Last one. Great job. Bring it on up. Left hip is going to dip towards the chair and back. Bigger movement if you can. Smaller movement if you need it. Feet stay flat on the floor. We're stretching open this IT band right here. TFL muscle. Be gentle. We're going to go for 10 times here. If you'd rather not count, you can pace with me. I can't promise it'll be 10 on the dot, but I'll get you close. Try to keep the body here. It's just to the hip. Final 2 here if you're paced with me. Great job. Keep a tailbone tuck here so it's not aggravating that low back in any way. Soften into that left leg. Hip bends back, so knee doesn't come forward. Hip goes back. Lift this right leg off the floor. A little bit of balance here. Take it out. Give yourself more space if you need it. And lower. Again, 10 times here. Final one if you are paced with me. And then we'll go ahead here. It's going to be inside leg, outside arm. Chair is here if you need it. We're gonna go ahead, raise this arm up. We're gonna take one knee up, crunch, open it out, leg lift and reach. They do not have to touch. Keep them slow. Challenge your balance here. We have 2 more. These are sets, so you're going to get 10 of each movement. Final set here. Step it to that left leg. Draw the right leg in. It can either be to the floor or you can lift up for a traditional tree pose in yoga. Stay off of that left knee. Extend this leg out to the side. Draw it back in. 10 times, smooth and steady. Chair is here if you need help with that balance. Let yourself be challenged. Try to get that knee open. Increase a little bit of hip mobility there. Stay out of anything painful. Soft bend in your left leg, no twisting. Last one there, great job. We're gonna go ahead, take leg lifts to the back. I'm gonna turn to the side so that you can see what we've got going on. It is going to be your inside leg, your left leg. And I want you to tuck the pelvis forward, lengthening through that low back. Left toes go back, lift without rolling the pelvis open. You see how much movement that brings into the low back. Final 2 here. Bring it in. Beautiful job with that one. We're getting through these nice and easy. Good. Stand here. Feet a little bit closer, so hips distance apart. Not the outside of the hips, right here, hip bone. Nice, easy. Set it back. Bring it up. Tap back right. Come on down as far as you can comfortably. And tap back left. I want you to think about hips going back. So again, they're not rolling open. We're not spilling forward with the belly. Hips back, nice neutral spine. Tap back. Press those feet into the floor. And repeat. Modification here, eliminate the squat. We have just a few more. Go one more set here. Beautiful job. Bring it on up. We're gonna stand behind the chair. Wider legs here, toes turn out. Tailbone tuck. So bring those hips forward, almost scoop the pelvis forward. Lower yourself down as far as you can, maintaining that. Press back up. You don't have to go far. It could be baby to start. That's okay. Knees track out towards the toes. Stay out of anything painful here today. Chair is here if you need it. Great job. We only have one set of these here today, and this is your last one. Bring it up to the top. Drop those hips just a little bit, so just a little softness in the knees. Lift that right heel 10 times. Try to keep leaning a little bit of body weight over into that leg. Pull it back to the left if you need a little less. Good. Sealing that ball of the foot and toes to the floor. Let's take it to the left 10 times. Final 2 on this side. Roll it on up, heel toe in, and we'll take ourselves over to the left side of the chair. And we'll go ahead, repeat those exercises over here. We will again, after that, sit back down for some great stretches. You are almost there. Lean forward into that left leg just a little bit. Tap those toes. Soft bend in the knees, 10 times here. Bring them together. Very good, soft bend in the knees. Try not to lean back. Lift the toes just a little bit. Easier said than done. Work on your balance here. Toes are not going to lift very far, but you should feel these shin muscles working. Chair is here if you need it for balance. Great job. Don't lift with the toes. Lift with the top of the foot. And bring it on up. Great job. Right hip towards the chair. Stretching out. TFL and IT band there. Try not to roll to the outsides of the feet. Smaller movement if this is pretty tense or tight in here. Usually one side much tighter than the other. 10 times here, soft bend in the knees. Final one. Plant through that right leg. Hips go back. Tailbone tucks and lift. Left leg out. Notice I'm keeping the side of my foot. Toes are still in line with my heel, so I'm not rotating out and I'm not pointing. Really working on that outer tushy muscle. Really important. The stronger that glute medius is, it has a lot to do with controlling and reducing knee pain. So it's important, but start small here if you need that. 2 more. Great job. We'll switch it to the inside leg. Again, knee crunch. Elbow and knee do not have to touch. And then lift. Chair is here if you need it. Toes flex up on that knee lift. Couldn't resist throwing in just a little bit of core here today. Last set here. Great job. Take that right leg on down. Left leg out to the side, tree pose. Toes connect to the floor. Over the lower leg. Find your balance. When you're ready, extend out. 10 times here, really working on this upper thigh muscle. If it's working to hold this leg in place, you might feel that. Little bit of external rotation, mobility here. Make sure everything is comfortable and safe. Final one here. Great job. Now again, I'm going to turn this way so you can see what we have going on. You can stay where you are or follow me. It's going to be our right leg this time. Take it back, out to the side, tailbone tuck, soft bend in the knee, and then just lift the leg. So we're not throwing open the low back. Right here. 10 times if you're here with me. We've got 4 more. Great job there. Go ahead, bring that back in. We'll go ahead here, soft bend, sit back, stretch into the hips, bring it up, and tap back. Soft bend, stretch into those hips, up, tap back. Now, see if you can stretch into those hips and tap back, staying low. If that's not a good fit for you, go back to how we started. Again, sideways view for you here. Hips are bending back, body bends forward, but the tailbone doesn't roll open. So if you notice those fine movements through the pelvis and the low back, really affect how much your back is able to work through these movements. So if you notice that the tailbone is really rolling open, that's a really shortened back muscle. That's a lot of contracting through those low back muscles. Lengthen them and make those glutes work. Now the lengthening is happening here. And that's something that you definitely want to pay attention to in your everyday movements. We're going to go one more set here. Any variation that you like. Bring it on up and go ahead. Probably the moment you've been waiting for. Have a seat. Let's pedal out those feet. Gonna end how we started. Heart rate got up on that one. Heels forward. They're a little more stretched out than when we started, so if you would like, you can extend through the heel and lift the leg, getting more of a stretch through the back. Wonderful job here today. Last one, well, last set. 2 soft hands in between the knees, side to side. Try to keep those feet flat on the floor. Hold them there. Lift, taking them out to the side. If that TFL was really tight, you might have a little more range of motion here after those stretches. Last set here. Go ahead, ease it on down. Now, bigger stretch here for that sciatic area. Right leg comes on forward. You can turn back with the left hip, or you can just scoot further forward in your chair. Drop the head, drop the upper body, point the toes, and then inhale, flex those toes up, lift, and point. Inhale, lift. One more time here. Great job. Hip circles out. Hip circles in. Set that on down. We'll go here. Same thing on that left leg. So you can kind of turn to the right here, get yourself a little more room to move. Point the toe. Upper body rolls forward. Pull it up and in. Help with the hand so the leg doesn't have to do all the work. They've had plenty of work here today. Wonderful job getting through those exercises. Final one here. Drop it on down. Hip circles out. And hip circles in. Step them on in. Let's go ahead, cross this right leg up and over or low to the front. Hold it on in, roll yourself forward, side to side here. I know that as myself, I have knee pain, especially here. This isn't really my right side, this is my left knee. It hurts pretty often, definitely. I find moves aggravate it. Moving with dumbbells can aggravate it. But unfortunately, getting in and out of a car, standing and sitting are just movements I cannot avoid in my daily life. And I have really built strength through the glutes and learned how to properly manage those movements, recruiting the correct muscles. That knee pain has drastically reduced. It takes, cross this left leg over, it takes a lot less to irritate it. When it does, well, it takes a lot more to find irritation in movements. I can move a lot more weight. I can work out and do lunges with dumbbells and things, and it's not as irritating as it used to be. And when it does get irritated, which happens a lot less often, that irritation clears up much quicker than it did before. So it is an investment, and it can be a little scary. I know, I've been there. I still get nervous with lunges and squats, but they're movements that we do in our daily life. We can't avoid them. So we'll work on them here together, building the strength. I want you guys to be able to get where I've gotten with some of that pain, where I feel like I can move in my daily life and I don't have to worry about it quite so much. So anyways, go ahead here. Give me some shoulder circles back. Move through that spine, forward and back. And go ahead, bring it here. I know, not yoga, but it always feels good. Nice breath in, and then exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me for today's workout. We have just a little bit of time to go before we hit New Year's, and we will be kicking off that 30-day fitness challenge. Starting in January, you will have 5 new workouts a week and a 6th workout option to repeat something that you found challenging or beneficial to you in some other aspect. But you definitely want to make sure that you are subscribed so that you do not miss that. I will be here making sure that we are getting this New Year's, this 2024, that is so crazy, off to a great start. We will do it together. So speaking of together, thank you so much for joining me here today. Meet me back here for the next amazing workout. You are all done. Go keep taking good care of yourselves. I will see you guys again soon. As always, thank you for watching.